So here now is the reply. Bracken bowling to Vincent. And he starts with a single, Lou Vincent. He has been in scintillating form of late. And New Zealand will need something from him again today. No question about that. And Stephen Fleming as well, coming off 100 in the last match in Australia, then 70 2 days ago. So getting back to something like his best form as well. Well, that's confident too. That looks well timed. That'll be on its way. That is vintage Fleming, punching through mid-wicket. Lovely stroke.
You're right, this is vintage Fleming, and it's Fleming when he's in good form. When he's out of form, these hit the pad. When he's starting to get his balance right, his timing right, and he's hit some time in the middle, he hits through that area very well and very efficiently. Very early days in this innings, but it's a good sign.
Well, he's got an edge, and he's gone. Stephen Fleming goes in just the third over.
Nathan Bracken picks up the New Zealand captain once again by bowling that nagging line, that nagging, uncertain line just outside the line of off stump. Fleming, an involuntary little poke at the ball, a healthy edge, and he finds his way back to the pavilion. Disappointment for New Zealand in the run chase. Fleming out for 6, 9 for 1.
337 is the target. Long way off. Fleming gone. And Bracken to bowl over number 5. Well, they've just given away a run, Australia. So unnecessary. Mind you, New Zealand did it a couple of times as well.
You always want to encourage your fieldsmen to be aggressive in the field, but it used to annoy me this when there's nothing on. What is the point in throwing at the stumps when that can happen, or you put pressure on the man having to back up?
Well, that's 4. He really opened the shoulders. Again, it hit the inside edge. And it's gone fine on the leg side for 4. Oh, that's a big shot. That is a big shot. Australia hit 13 of them. Lou Vincent has hit New Zealand's first one.
We spoke in the build-up about how Vincent has been reactive in his batting. There's no real premeditation about that. He stood there, saw it was just short of a length, just short of only a good length. Wasn't really short. And he's just swung and picked it up instinctively, intuitively. Good shot by Lou Vincent.
Good shot. That's 4.
Well, he goes full. Vincent gets it away. It's a thickish outside edge, but it'll bring him 4 runs. It's in the air this time. He'll be out. It's taken. He didn't get it well enough, Lou Vincent. Bracken picks up the wicket. And a big one for the Australians.
Phil Jakes is feeling right back on the edge of the circle as deep as he can get, because he knows Lou Vincent will go hard at it. And look at this, he's just a couple of paces inside and going over the left shoulder. Phil Jakes spends a lot of his time at slip playing for New South Wales, not too much at mid-off. As Lou Vincent goes for 26, New Zealand now 47 for 2.
Well, takes into the action, I think a little hint of an inside edge there.
Let's see if it's a batter just sliding down, just a little leg side issues, And Tate often gets that sort of movement. It's probably here in line with legs, so it's missing leg stump. That's what Tony Hill thinks anyway. Always looks good to the bowler, those one. Hits it in line with leg stump. How could that possibly miss? Ball, it's put away. Full toss on leg stump. Ross Taylor doesn't miss it. And again, leg side. Ross Taylor puts it away. Once again, Mike Hussey's just fiddling with his field placements, and Bracken swings it into the right-handers. He's got the fine leg up and a very short boundary there behind square leg. So once again, just a clever piece of batting. Just pick up the line, go with the movement, and pick the quickest way to that fence.
And down fine again, this time off the outside edge. Too fine for third man. He's hammered that away through mid-wicket. It's gone fine. It's lucky. It's streaky from Ross Taylor, but it's gone for 4.
It's never boring when Sean Tate's bowling or Ross Taylor's batting. You put the two together. See how much it misses the stump spy? Not a lot. It's a hard shot to defend, though. That. He's only laughing on the outside.
Oh, that's a good shot from Ross Taylor. Used the wicket, the hardness of the pitch. Bounced it up and over the field for 4.
We've seen a couple of remarkable strokes today. One was the Lou Vincent leading edge through point. This is just thumped into the ground. Echoes miles over the fieldsman's head.
Now this is interesting for me. Watson's the new bowler. He may well have been someone that the Black Caps thought about targeting, because he's still coming back from injury himself, hasn't done a lot of bowling. They might have thought, here's a bloke we can pick on. So 3-dot balls to start with to Taylor. Likes to hit the boundaries. And gets it through. He releases the pressure that was building.
And he's got it through an offside that is stacked with fielders. Watson looking to bowl outside the off stump. He's got plenty of protection inside the circle, but Taylor threads it beautifully. Just like the way he looks down at the stroke and plays it very late into the ground. Sometimes, in fact, once already today, he's hit it so late the ball has bounced the field and gone for 4. His 8th today.
Well, that's very clever.
Good swat for 4. Styrus went a controlled way down the pitch, waited to see what sort of length McGrath responded with, and it just set up for him. So this is the last of the second tower plays. Well run by Taylor, always looking for the 1s and 2s, which is exactly right. Pulling Styrus through there for a couple.
Just to show you at home what a curve in the worm can mean, 40 over mark for the Aussies is about where I'm trying to get it. It's not going too good. There. So between there and the 50 over mark, 111 runs. That is what that curve represents. Let's keep that in mind. That's in the air. He'll be out, I think. He should be out. Comfortably taken there, Styrus. And the skipper
Michael Hussey is delighted. A dangerous player is on their way back to the pavilion. No timing.
I wondered whether it was slightly held back from Watson, but it didn't seem to be there. In fact, 137k, so it wasn't. It was just that Styris got to a position where he was leaning back, and he got a bit early through the shot, and he just never controlled the stroke, and up she went. Hussey, the reliable Mr. Cricket, was under it comfortably, takes the catch. Styris gone for 17, 113 for 3.
Well, that's going to go. That's going to go. It was a half tracker, and it got what it deserved, really.
You look in the dictionary and the long hop, and you get a picture of that.
Goes after it. And gets it through. Glenn McGrath, perhaps not as agile as he used to be. And a boundary for Ross Taylor.
This is the modified sweep. Just 2 bounces. Ross Taylor electing to play with the horizontal bat rather than the vertical. I think that's not a bad plan.
Goes again. And this might go to the boundary once more on the other side of McGrath. So Taylor deciding to have a crack at Hogg.
This is aggressive. It's hit very well, and away it goes. Really good finish to the over. Fulton's got one away. 166 for 3. Yes, with the man heavily protecting the onside boundary. Only needs to get the ball through the gap, and he's done that.
I think New Zealand really have to take advantage, because I believe this is probably Cameron White's last go. Probably his last over. Any half chance New Zealand get to put a ball away here, they have to do it. They have to try and take 10, 12, 14 off the over, because I think it might be his last turn at the bowling crease.
Go wide again, and he's found the gap again. 4 more.
This is good from Ross Taylor. He's getting the balls to put away, but the crucial thing is that he is putting them away. Again, another full toss, wide full toss outside off.
He's just not bowling to his field here, White. And he's got him again. 3 in a row. Really good batting, really poor bowling right now.
Yep. Yeah, you're right, Mark. 60 runs in the next 10 overs. That leaves New Zealand, say, 240 with 10 to go, and leaving them 100 or just under 100 around abouts in the last 10 overs to win. But they really do need, as you said, I think, to be 4 down at the worst. So therefore this next 10 overs is very crucial. Taylor on 98.
Down the ground. Calls for 2 as he beat to the fieldsman. He has. What a good 100, Taylor. Punches in the air, puts his bat in the air as well. Salutes his teammates. He's got plenty of work to do, but you've got to enjoy this moment, Ross Taylor. You've come to the international scene. You've made your second one-day international 100. What a promising talent.
Oh, fantastic, Ross Taylor. He really is looking like a superb player, a player who's at home and the international scene. A good 100, but there's plenty of work to do. Well, there we are. Look at those last 2 lots for the Australians, the 31 to 40 and the 41 to 50. That was where they scored at 9 runs and over. Just over. And that's what New Zealand, they don't have to do that. They have to score at 7.5, 8 runs and over. But I think the next 10, as Mark Richardson and I have talked about, is very crucial. They can get 60, 65 in the next 10 overs. Can be done.
Picked off. Oh, this guy bowls quick. Just means you got to drop the bat on it. Use the angles, the small angles here at Eden Park, and you pick up 4. Oh, that might have carried. That could have carried. It was tough. It was down around the bootlaces. He might have got a hand on it though, Tate. It was a leading edge from Taylor. Let's have a look at this. Oh, touch and go, but I think that's a chance. A tough one, but a chance.
Yeah, I think it just carried, but it's a long way down.
He's got the gap. He's got the gap, but it's a short boundary. And he's got 4, and he mutters and shakes his head on his way back to his mark.
Fulton on 33. Oh, good stroke. I was just thinking that this is the perfect time for Fulton to open those shoulders. He's played a terrific hand here, supporting Taylor in a wonderful partnership. Who's under it? Is it Hussey who's called for it? Oh, good catch. He looks so calm under that. He got an early call in. And a wonderful innings comes to an end. That is a truly talented player walking off Eden Park to a standing ovation.
Terrific innings from Ross Taylor, but he will feel just as the game was in the balance. He's been dismissed, but dismissed playing a big shot. That's what he had to do. Run rate up 9.2. Deserves a standing ovation. Outstanding innings. Slower ball. And a wide one too. Did well to reach it. And Hussey looks up into the sun, puts the hand up, shades the eyes. This is not an easy catch. But the skipper does what he has to do.
Very good bowling from Watson. The captain completes the transaction. They needed to get Taylor. They've done it. It's been a good period of pressure that's been applied through Watson and McGrath. So New Zealand have lost now their 4th wicket. 228. Taylor gone for 117. Deliberately placed down to 3rd man, and he'll get 4. That's what McMillan wanted. He needs to get more than a run of ball, really. And he's done so off his first delivery. He's picked up a nice 4, angled down, nice to control, played it nice and late. He gets under this. Is he out? Yes. No, he isn't. For some reason, I think it's Phil Jakes down there. And it just seemed to loop up, and he seemed to be comfortably getting underneath it. But there was, I think there was spin on the ball. McMillan seemed to get a top edge, and it just looped up. And in the end, Phil Jakes could not get there, and it went away for 4. Good start to the over, Phil McMillan. Not a great shot, though. Not a great attempt at a catch. Big hit, good stroke. Is it? Yes, it is. Macca uses that smasher bat to great effect. It's gone to the longest part of Eden Park. And this is turning out to be a massive over, 12 off it so far.
That drop catch first ball is looking huge at this stage. I'm not sure if he got all of it. He got enough of it.
Oh, glorious. That is outstanding batting. He's just kept still. He's playing instinctively. He sees Tate go wide again, and you don't bowl there to McMillan when he's in this sort of mood.
Uses a lot of the pace, but gets his weight well forward on this. May have come down about 145. I think they left the bat a little quicker.
Hogg has one more over, and then Hussey can stick with the fast mediums. Good stroke. Mighty hit. Fulton, you little beauty.
Well, Brad Hogg bowling it 2 straight. Although it was the wrong one. I don't think Peter Fulton was fussed whether it was a leggy, a wrong, and a top, or a flipper. It was going. Once it pitched on that line, he was swinging at it.
He's on 49, and he's scoring at exactly 102. No, has he holed out? Has he holed out? Oh, yes, no! Caught, but thrown back. Cameron White. Now, what's the call? Did he go over the line first before the ball was thrown back in field? They've got to go upstairs, Billy Bowden.
Does he touch it there? There. That's... I think that's 6. He's touched the rope with a ball in his hand before he's let it go.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Both feet, I feel, touched the blue boundary there. There it is. Fulton 50. Brilliant innings. He's been criticised for being a bit slow at times, but he has got that strike rate up to 112. Courtesy of 2 magnificent 6s, and he races past 50 now, and he's 55. New Zealand just 66 from 52 balls.
That's it. Not perfectly timed, but perfectly placed. That's in the gap too, and that'll be 4. Oh, that's clever. Mighty clever. Pure stuff from McMillan. He waited for it beautifully.
Oh, brilliant, McMillan, and so clever. It's a change of tactic. It's smart play because he knows that Bracken is hitting a pretty good line and length. McMillan had been hitting in front of the wicket. This time goes to the offside and cleverly flicks it away to leg. Clever McMillan.
299 for 4. 1 ball left in the 45th over. Oh, that is brilliant too. That's superb batting. Man, the timing in that shot and the placement. Vintage McMillan. It wasn't that bad a piece of thinking from the bowler, but completely outthought. 303 for 4. He's hit it pretty well. He's hit it into a gap. He's hit it into the stand. It's a ripper. A beauty, and look at that. 50 to Craig McMillan. I'm back, boys, I'm back. What a hammer of an innings, and look at the look on Shane Watson's face. He knows he's powerless at the moment. Australia are powerless.
McMillan's pumped, and he's performed the role that he was brought into the side to do, and that's to add impetus to the final stages of a batting innings. Play the power game. Well, it's been the power game. The thinking was to go full outside off stump. The execution was there, but the batsman was up to it.
Hit it straight to McGrath. He didn't need to hit it. No ball is the call. No ball is the call. Well, the drama continues. We assume that's for Watson overstepping. He's not arguing the point. He's over all right. It's a fair call. He's about an inch over the line. And what do they say? Size matters, mate. Oh, he's done it again. McMillan's hit it to extra cover. This time there is no ball. What else is going to happen here? Australia believe again. McMillan can't believe it. Well, whatever happens, they're on their feet at Eden Park for Macca.
Yeah, great effort, McMillan. along with some of his cohorts, he's given New Zealand a chance. He'll be disappointed he didn't put that one away. It was there. He gave them another chance at it. Similar shot to the no ball. This one wasn't, but he just couldn't pick the gap, and he hit it catching height. 52, a great innings in the context of this game. 313 for 5. 2 overs to go, 11 runs needed. Australia need to do something brilliant. New Zealanders just need to keep their nerve. What a victory this will be if they get there.
Fielders in circle still well back on the perimeter. Thinking New Zealand have to blast. And McCullum does do that. Fulton, he'll come back for 2 here. He'll have to go. He'll really have to go. And it could be New Zealand's day, because that throw landed right where the drop-in pitch meets the playing surface and bounces straight over McGrath's head.
It was a pretty good throw from the deep. Just watch where this lands. Fulton was always short, and that's just unlucky. That is just plain unlucky.
Well, you think it's your day when that happens. Fulton was struggling, and that has just taken a turn way away from McGrath's chance, his grasp. Here he goes again. Oh, he spanked that. That's huge. Oh, yes, sirree. That is beautiful. From a New Zealand point of view, that seals the deal, all but. 3 from 10, and that was sweet.
McGrath perhaps angry with what happened with the run out and the pitch, decides to take it out on the batsman with a bouncer. Instead, this happens. Bang! In front of square, a long way in front of square, and a long way. And quite simply, that's won the game for New Zealand.
And still Michael Hussey has kept his field the same. New Zealand need 3 from 10. They can win it with 1 shot, but they can easily win it with 3 singles off 10 balls. And there's one of them. And they're going to get 2. Fulton will come back. The scores are tied. And New Zealand are going to cruise here. Unbelievably, they're going to create history at Eden Park and chase down a miracle.
They're going to chase down 336 with an over to go, plus some. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. And what's more, they're following up a 10-wicket win against this Australian side.
Now Hussey has them all in. The black horse is bolted, I think. She's all over. It could be over this ball. It is over this ball, and McCullum spanks it through mid-wicket. They're on their feet at Eden Park. That is something special, and there's Ross Taylor. Craig McMillan, high fives all around. Special heroes in that lot. Let's not forget 2 metre Peter. He's had his best day out there for New Zealand.
If you're one of those out there that has stayed faithful to this Black Cap side throughout the summer, you've been paid back, and you've been paid back many-fold. What a victory. They probably couldn't think they could beat the last game on Friday night in Wellington. 10 wickets they won by. Here they've made 337 to win it. They've all chipped in. It's been outstanding. It's been amazing. It's been unbelievable.
They created history to do it, New Zealand. 337 for 5, and they still had 8 deliveries left up their sleeve. A monumental target and a monumental achievement. Vincent 26 and Fleming 6. They were in early trouble at that point. But Taylor, who grows by the second, it seems, at this level of the game, was very cool and calm. He lost Styrus in the process. He found a great ally in Peter Fulton. And when Taylor went for 117, his second 100 at this level, McMillan took over and played the innings of a genius. Some beautiful touches and some power hitting, 52 from 30. And Brendan McCullum and Peter Fulton saw it home with McCullum's brilliance. Also very evident. Bracken 2 for 66. McGrath none for 50. Senior bowlers could do nothing to stem the flow. Tate none for 64. They have problems in their bowling department if Lee is not right, the Australians. Watson 10 overs, 3 for 58, but he was expensive too. And Hogg and White, the spinners, they had no chance, it seemed, on a pitch that gave them a little bit of help.